a 19 millimeter or 3/8. With the steering wheel turned all the way to the right, we're going to take a 17 millimeter and get off these bolts for the caliper. Oh. Oh my God. Next, we'll take an 18 millimeter and get the caliper bracket off. Remember to keep an eye on both of these, don't lose them. We're gonna need those later. And then get this rotor off, we're gonna come down here and it's a T40 Torx bolt. If you have to drill those out, you gotta drill them out, but next we're gonna take an 8-pound hammer and break apart some of the rust. Not gonna be saving this rotor, so I can beat it anywhere I want, but if you're not replacing the rotor, maybe you're gonna change the axle or whatnot. Hub. Yeah, you don't want to beat on it like this. Focus your rage in this area right here, anywhere where this locks onto the hub. You just got to break it loose right here. And off she comes. Next, we're gonna move here. If they don't give you new hardware, which not too many does, we're gonna go ahead and make it new again. Nice and shiny, pretty. Hope you can see that. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. Pull these out. Give them a. You don't need this much grease, but it's a brand new container, so it's a little full. So like I said, just re-grease those up. Then we're gonna add the brand new rotor. just nice having those screws because, you know, when you do stuff like that, it holds the rotor on for you, nice and flush with the hub. So when you're doing all this, it's not flip-flopping around on you. Add the two 18 millimeter caliper bracket bolts. Now, before I go any further, I'm gonna compress these two pistons in. Can't really see it, but see they got dual pistons. I like this tool, it sandwiches itself in between there. And just if you're going the right way, it does that. So yeah, so essentially just slowly twist it, turn it. There's really no good way I can show you. We're going to go until it bottoms out. Now that's bottomed out, I'm going to apply some grease to the friction points. Oops, too much right here. Get that out of here. I'll clean that up here in a second, but yeah, see, this stuff's dripping everywhere. I'm going to have to, there we go. And I'll put some on the pistons itself. So the reason I suggested doing you know, the caliper first before building this is whenever you grease up these pads, the guides or whatnot, if you've done this part, everything else correctly, it should be pretty difficult with these pins to push in. So I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. So we got this one, it's on no problem. We'll get the back one put on, again, no problem. But once you add these little guys, these things are going to want to split and shoot each way like they're supposed to. That's what they're supposed to make the brake pads do. So pretty much with the grease and all the other stuff and removing all the rust, what you want to do is just try to reduce the possibility of anything getting corroded in the guides or stuck to anything, because if it's constantly causing friction on here, it's going to go bad faster. Once I put this in, the inside of this brake pad up here, there's a hole here and here, and that's what these hook into. Kind of common sense, but hey, if you didn't know, now you know. Let's get this one greased up and get this job up. Get this brake pad on, so I'll put it here. These go this way and it sticks out. So we're gonna line up this hole. It's kind of a pain, you might need some needle nose. So you gotta hold the outside of the pad, wiggle it in, and there you go, there's the bottom one. No. The same thing, we're gonna have it facing upwards. So you kind of got to do this with one hand while holding the pads in as it flies halfway across the room. See, I mean, that's the hardest part about the whole job right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, got it up in there, perfect. Okay, that worked. Now see, I already did this bottom one wrong. Let's get this out of here. I'll show you what I did. Perfect. Okay, Face that upwards. Face that upwards. All right, so now you squeeze them together. Make sure they're nice and springy, which they are. Take your caliper. There we go. It's not rocket science, it's just tedious, you know. It's everything has to line up perfectly. And heck, if you're one of those, just slap it all together. You don't need grease or anything like that, man. You're golden. Just throw this crap on and wait till it rusts on you or whatever. I've taken this apart. Not this one, but I've taken one apart. After an Indiana winter, and everything was more or less still perfectly greased, just fell right apart. It was really nice. So I'm a firm believer in spending a few extra minutes and getting all the friction points greased up. So that's how you replace the front brakes and rotors. I gotta get it kind of cleaned up, but like I said, everything's looking really nice. Nothing's in there. It's all perfectly wiggles around in there, so it's great. It's a good job.